Welcome to the Conversation series. I am Nikitha Sebastian from Stat Media Group. We are here in Nairobi at the Air Cargo Africa event. Here with me, I have Kwong, Chief Executive of Hactl. Welcome, Wilson.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So I'm excited to talk to you about the perishables and Hactl's role in air cargo, specifically in Africa, related to Africa. So to start off, does Hactl handle a lot of cargo coming in and out of Africa? And if so, what is the volume and the growth rate of this cargo?
Okay, thank you for the question. And first of all, thank you for inviting me to this interview.
Yeah.
It is great to be here in Nairobi. African market has great potential.
Yeah.
At the moment, Hactl does handle a number of carriers which originates from Africa. But I must say, the tonnage is perhaps not as much as what I would hope for.
Yeah.
So I think, in other words, the market is currently somewhat underserved. But that also translates into huge opportunities that lies ahead.
True.
In the conference, we have already heard opportunities, as you rightly mentioned, on the perishables. And I'm very confident about the future opportunities that arise from here.
Yeah. So while we're talking about perishables, if you could talk a little more about Hactl's role in perishables and if you have any future plans to help the perishables industry more in connection to Africa?
Okay. Well, perishable is not only limited to Africa. And handling perishable is something which Hactl, as an operations which started all the way back in 1976, has been doing over the past almost 5 decades. In fact, when IATA came up with the CEIV accreditations, Hactl was the first cargo terminal in the world which have been accredited with all 4 CEIV accreditations. That includes pharma, that includes fresh, i.e. the perishables, that includes live animals, and then lithium battery.
Okay.
So firstly, handling perishables and handling pharma is something which we have been doing. We have the expertise and we keep on investing. Now, investment into the cargo terminal is always important. And over the past 20 odd years, because we moved to Cheklapkop, the current location where the Hong Kong International Airport situates in 1998. So for the past 27 years, we have been investing into a lot of whether it is the physical hardware on the infrastructure side, our IT systems, as well as on our people, when it comes to people development, the skill set, the competencies, and so forth. Especially on the perishables. Just last year, Hactl opened what we call the Kuching Complex. We call it the CCC. It is the biggest at the Hong Kong International Airport, within the airport island, when it comes to CTOs are concerned, the cargo terminal operators are concerned. So we are one of the largest. It has a direct interface between the land side and the air side to facilitate a direct transfer. We also have ample areas to provide for the necessary build-up activities and the breakdown of cargo. So we have been investing a lot in handling the perishables. We have seen some demand and a growing demand. I'm looking forward to seeing the demand coming from Africa.
Yes. So how does Hactl Super Terminal 1 in Hong Kong adapt to the changing landscape of air cargo? And what of those innovations can be replicated in the African market?
Okay. There's 2 very important and relevant questions. Since 1976, we've actually seen the change in trade mix. We have seen the change in trade lanes. And I think, the latest development, of course, is e-commerce. And with that, it comes with different opportunities as well as different challenges. As a professional cargo terminal operator, our key role is to anticipate the trend and to make sure that our facility is equipped to handle not just the current needs, but the future anticipated needs. And that's what we have been doing, and our team has been working hard throughout the years. In Hactl, we have a dedicated team called the Performance Enhancement Team. And their role is to look at available technologies to see how it can be applied to the operations so that we can always become better at serving our customers.
Okay.
Recently, we have been investing a lot on digitalization. So if you come to the Hong Kong International Airport, we welcome you to visit Hactl. You will see our integrated Hactl Control Center, where information are displayed graphically. On the wall, we have got dashboards, and we have got data to help us with decision-making process and to see how the operations are going. That's just one facet of operations, which we are innovating. The other innovation, which we will continue to see, going forward, the use of AI, which is a very, very common, common topic now in conferences.
True.
But if we do, we could take hours into it. And of course, robotics. The use of robotics in cargo terminal environments, something which Hactl has been trialing and will continue to use to help us to provide a better service while addressing the critical needs of having the right manpower at the terminal.
True. So, are there any specific challenges or opportunities that Hactl has encountered when handling cargo to and from Africa? And if so, how did you manage to handle it?
Okay. Well, that's a relatively easier question to answer.
Okay.
Because the cargo coming into and out of Hong Kong to Africa and vice versa are no different from the cargo going from Hong Kong to the other regions and vice versa.
Okay.
They are all subject to the same regulatory environment and of course security checks as we ensure to provide a safe, secure environment with good service quality. So we will continue to invest in our facilities, as I mentioned. Each year we invest tens of millions of US dollars into our Super Terminal 1 facility.
Okay.
Why? Because we want to provide even better service for customers and other terminal users, which includes cargo coming into Africa and or exports from Africa to Hong Kong.
So what advice or say maybe, what advice would you give to African airports or cargo terminals looking to develop their ground handling and air cargo services? And what are some of Hactl's best experiences that can be shared in terms of someone looking to start into the cargo business?
Okay, thank you for this question. This morning, when I was on the panel, I was fueled by optimism and the commitment from the panelists to see that there is a great potential in Africa. I firmly share the same optimism. So, there are obviously things that can be learned and can be shared from our almost 5 decades of experience in Hactl. Because we have been through many cycles. We have been through the changes of trade lanes and trade mix. We have been innovating. We have been investing into our facilities. And many of these are equally applicable to different airports in Africa. So my first comment would be, come to talk to us. We definitely welcome visitors to Hong Kong. And of course, Hong Kong is more than just Super Terminal 1 and Hactl. It is a wonderful tourist destination with lots of attractions. And of course, where there are things which we can collaborate, and I'm sure there will be things which we can collaborate, we definitely welcome the opportunity to discuss and to explore further.
So Wilson, are there any new initiatives or projects that Hactl is undertaking to support the growth of e-commerce, express cargo, or other emerging trends in the air cargo industry?
All right, well, thank you for this very good question. Hong Kong is right in the center of the Greater Bay Area. And because the Greater Bay Area is where a lot of the e-commerce shipments originates from, we actually get a bit of a advanced time for us to anticipate the trend and to see how we could facilitate that. Let me give you 2 examples. The one example is to address the industry's concern over e-commerce shipments and the potential fire hazard. And because of that, we have installed initially as a trial, and we are extending the trial as we speak, our thermal detection systems, where thermal detection scanners have been installed in our terminal to scan built-up pallets to detect for abnormal heat patterns, which typically is a pre-warning to potential issues. So that helps mitigate the risk as one of the risk mitigation measures. That's one.
Yeah.
But of course, addressing challenges is one side of it.
True.
Addressing opportunities arising from e-commerce is another.
True.
So through our subsidiary Hakers, we have what we call the HEFC, the Hakers E-commerce Fulfillment Center, where we partner with our airline customers to help them with the packaging of goods, ordered through e-commerce, and to help them with the last mile delivery. That helps them to broaden their catchment area and helps them to expand their business. So 2 examples, and I think as Hactl, we will continue to look at the e-commerce trend and we will continue to do our best to invest in our facility to help airlines and their customers to expand their business.
So you see a lot of potential in the e-commerce sector then?
Absolutely.
Okay. So as a trusted ground handling partner, how does Hactl maintain its high standards of service quality, safety and security in the face of increasing volumes and capacity?
Okay. Very good and relevant question. At Hactl, we've always said 4 S are very important. And the 4 S's are safety, security, which I'm sure that all of us understand why, to deliver it with good service quality, and fourthly, with sustainability in mind. So we have the 4 S's. And throughout the years, for us, we are always addressing the ever-increasing standards that we want to achieve. Because why? Because our purpose is simple. Our purpose as Hactl is to enable the global air cargo supply chain. We want that to continue to flow, and with that, we'll have more trade, and that's good for everyone in the entire air cargo community. We will continue to do our part, but that's what we set out to do. Over the years, we also set out to be accredited with industry accreditations. That's important. Just like what I mentioned before with our CEIV accreditations, we have also a number of many other accreditations which we were most proud and privileged to have obtained. And we do that by having a very committed, long-serving team whose sole focus is to ensure that our customers and our terminal users get good service.
That's great. So looking ahead, what are Hactl's plans for the expansion of growth, and how might this impact its relationship with African airports and airlines or logistics providers?
Hactl has been in Hong Kong for almost 5 decades. And in these 5 decades, we have kept investing not just on the infrastructure, not just on our IT system, and not just on our people, but in the entire community and ecosystem. We wanted to serve the entire Hong Kong air cargo community, and by that, because Hong Kong is the busiest cargo hub in the world, we also want to do the same for the entire global air cargo community. We will always be looking at ways to see how we can help and to support the community. Whether or not that's through cooperation, expansion, or others, we're always open. But when you talk about the impact to the African air cargo community, any impact would only be positive. So we are here to understand the market, to meet friends, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity for us to be in Nairobi. And I'm sure that going forward, Hactl will help the community as air cargo activity in Africa set to soar.
Thank you so much, Wilson, for being here. I appreciate your sharing all about Hactl.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.